Bonjour. Hello. Welcome back to Joie De Vivre with Eve. And once again, it's about the joy of life. And the last time we spoke, I mentioned one of the ways to bring joy into your life is through lots of different ways, but one of them would be to bring flowers into your home. And I promised to show different ways of arranging flowers on a budget. So I want to get started. What I have here is just some simple eucalyptus. I kept my receipt. I went walking today down to the grocery store. Okay, the eucalyptus bunch costs $3.99, so let's call that $4. I'm just going to simply unwrap this. And you, of course, don't have to use eucalyptus, anything that you choose. I just like to have some simple greenery, and eucalyptus is one of the greeneries that smells really good. The other thing I have here was, I've just been keeping them in water since this morning. This is a simple pre-made bouquet. And I was really surprised at the price. The price on the bouquet is $4.99, so that's $5. I feel like the lighting is not bright enough, but I'm just learning as I go along. Okay, so I'm taking these out. They came with this pink piece of tissue paper, and I'm going to remove that because we don't need it. And it also came with a packet that you can use to put in your water to make your flowers last longer, and I don't really use that either. Okay, and the last thing I got, and it's kind of in season now, I guess. I saw a lot of them in the store, are tulips. And the price for the tulips was $4.99. So basically, we spent $14 on everything I have here. And I may have gone a little overboard. So, you might have been able to do all this with just one of the packs of flowers. And basically, what I've decided to do is make 3 arrangements out of these flowers so that I can spread them out throughout the house. My home's very small, so depending on your home and what you want to do with them, that's great. I wanted to do one for the room that we're in, which happens to be the living room, sort of dining room area. And I picked the largest vase for that, this vase. I wanted to do one for my bedroom, and I've been trying to figure out between these 2 mason jars which one I want. And I'm leaning towards this taller mason jar because it has a smaller footprint and would maybe go better on my dresser drawer, but we'll see. And then for the bathroom, I picked these 2 vases. Let me show you the size difference. And I think I like this one better because it's heavy and sturdy, and so there's no chance of it wobbling over. This is more for just like one rosebud. Okay, so right now we're going to fill 3 different vases, and I did decide on this one for the bedroom. Okay, and what you do first is start with the biggest one first and then work your way down so you don't run out of flowers. And you spread the flowers out depending on how you want to. One vase may actually be all tulips. I left a rubber band here. Okay, and you may notice this particular flower, which is some sort of a large daisy, still had a little wrapping on it. So I just took that off. It'll open up naturally. So what I'm going to do is just pick a few flowers for this vase, and then I'm going to measure them. Well, let me start here. I noticed that this rose has a little bit of damage in it, And that's okay, because for $4.99, you know, I'll take what I get. So I just remove the petals that seem to be damaged. Okay, so I did that. Okay, and basically I'm just going to put them into the vase that I want to put them in, and I can tell right now that this flower is a little too tall for this vase, but we'll cut them later. And then what you might want to do too is remove a few of the outer leaves from the stems. Okay, and so I like this one too in here. And I also received, oops, that's right in my face. I received some little roses in here, but they're connected. They're not like singular. See? There's 3 roses on this one stem. So I like that too. And I think what I'll do is I'll move the water that I was keeping them in earlier, just to give us more space on the table. And I'll remove the 2 vases that I've decided not to use, just to give us more space. Okay. Here goes another rose bud that are all on one stem. And so I'm going to use those in the one for the bathroom. I kind of like that. Once again, it's too tall. We'll have to cut it later. Okay. I noticed this pretty piece of greenery, and I like it. Even though it's not eucalyptus, I like it. So I'm going to take off a few of those leaves, and I'm just going to put that in there for now. Okay, here's another 2 flowers that came in the pre-made bouquet that we got for $5. So I'm going to remove a few of those. And because these may have pollen in them, I'm not going to put those in my bedroom. So I'm going to put one in the bathroom and one in the living room. Okay, now it's time to spread out the tulips. And I can see now that this vase needs something. So I'm going to remove, actually with scissors, I'm just going to remove some of those lower leaves and just start to put a few of these here. And I'm freehanding. So they may not all be the same height, and that's okay, because that's what makes it beautiful and unique, and brings the joie de vivre, which should be fun and easy and not complicated, because that's what we're trying to do, is de-complicate things and make it more fun. In fact, I don't know if you can hear, but I'm listening to a little bit of jazz in the background. I didn't want to have it up too high, but if I were doing this and I wasn't talking to you at the same time, I would be listening to music. Or maybe I would open a window and let some of the breeze blow in if it's not too cold outside. So this looks like a fine, a number of tulips for the bedroom. So I'll just snip that off a bit. Okay, so I have this one for the bedroom, and I have this one for the bathroom, and this one for the living room. It's time to cut. So this is way too tall for this vase. I'm just going to measure it out and decide. I think I should cut off maybe a good 2 inches. Let's see how it fits. Much better. Much better. See? Okay. Same goes for this vase here. These are too tall, so I just grab them and decide how much I want to take off. And I have a good pair of shears here. They're actually kitchen shears. And I'm going to do the same thing. I think about a 2 inches will be good. And you kind of cut it a little bit of a slant, if you can remember. Okay? And now those are fitting much more nicely into that vase. Okay. And, oh, I think I want to add a few tulips into each of these now, because I actually have a few tulips left. And I'm going to kind of measure it. Once again, that's too tall. I think I'll put 2 tulips in there. So basically, you just go along spreading out the flowers and cutting them off so that they can all fit symmetrically in a way into the vase. I might have cut that one a little too short, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and this vase here looks like it could use a little love, even though it does have the roses. And this is the one that's going to be in the bathroom, so it really doesn't need too many flowers because the bathroom doesn't have as much space. So I'm not going to overload this one, but I do think what I will do is add one tulip, just because it doesn't have any tulips at all. Okay, so I'll measure it again, cut it off, remove some of the extra leaves. And the reason why I remove the leaves is because you may notice that flowers in a vase, sometimes the water gets milky, and part of that comes from the fact that the leaves are disintegrating into the water. So I like to remove those. And now I have two more left, and I'm going to put these two into the vase that's going to go into the room I'm in right now, because that's going to be kind of the showpiece vase, if you will. That's going to be the one that, you know, everybody will see, not just me. Okay? So I'll show you how this looks right now. Looks pretty good. Okay. And it looks to me like I found one more little flower here. And I think it might have come in the bouquet, and I'm going to remove these. And I think I might like to add that color in here with these tulips, just because they look lonely, because there's only tulips in there. Okay? That actually added a little something there to that. I might cut that down a little bit more, but okay. So now we have all the flowers in place. And next would be to put in a little bit of greenery. And the greenery is more or less just to fill in space, but this particular greenery also has a really great smell. I don't know if you know the smell of eucalyptus. I think eucalyptus tend to grow a lot in California. And so once again, I'm going to remove some of the leaves. And let me tell you about eucalyptus is they're sticky. So just be ready to have a little bit of stickiness on your finger. Now with the greenery, it can be much taller than the flowers because it's kind of just like a little bit of a star of its own. Even though I think this is a little too tall, I'm going to cut it off a bit. And also, you don't need much of it. Just need a little teeny bit. Okay? So this is the bouquet that I'm going to have in my bedroom. And this is going to smell so good when I wake up in the morning. But I did decide I wanted to add a little bit more of this eucalyptus to that. My husband and I are going to sleep really well with the scent of eucalyptus in our room, because he happens to like that scent too. Okay? So I hope you can see this. And these flowers are fresh, so, you know, in a day or two, they're going to open up. Okay? So that's one. Then the star of the show, this bouquet, I can add much more greenery to it because to give it more, filling it out. So I think I'm going to take some of these big ones, removing some of those leaves. Man, my hands are going to smell good. They smell good. I sometimes buy eucalyptus oil from the store, and I sprinkle it sometimes in the bathroom to give the bathroom fresh kind of a smell. Once again, the joie de vivre of it is, you know, I don't live near eucalyptus trees, but I really like the way they smell, so I bring that smell into my home. And see, this is how I would do these plant eucalyptus leaves here, much taller, so that they can show off. And I think I want to add one more because this looks like it could use another And those stems are a little thick, so you need to have, if you have a good pair of shears, that would be great. And last but not least, this is the one that's going to be in the bathroom. Needless to say, eucalyptus is a wonderful smell for the bathroom. Here goes a smaller piece, so I'm going to use this piece for the bathroom. Okay, and here you have it. I'm not going to put much more because it already has some greenery left over. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I put everything on this tray so it would be easy to remove. So I'm just going to remove this. I'll set it here. And then I'm going to add water to these. Okay, and you never want to put the water all the way up to the top. So I would say going about halfway, and then in a day or two you may need to add a little bit more water. And if you really want to extend the life of your flowers, you also could clip the ends of them in a day or two. And these are going to open up. This is going to be very beautiful. So this is the one for the bathroom. Here's the one for the room that we're in now, for the what I call the living room. So I'll pour water in here. About halfway. I'll have to keep my eye on these because our home gets very warm sometimes because we have radiate heaters, and we don't have any control over how hot it gets. So sometimes it's very dry. So I'll check back every day actually to make sure that my flowers have enough water. Okay, and so there we go. We have 3 vases full of flowers, smell beautiful. They're going to bring a lot of joie de vivre and joy into my home. They're going to last for at least a minimum a week if I take good care of them and keep watering them. And the good news is that they cost only $15 for all 3 put together. So this is one of the ways you can bring joy into your home. I hope that you enjoyed this discussion, and I was thinking about what our next discussion may be about. I'm not 100% sure right now, but if you have any ideas, please leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon. And once again, joie de vivre. I hope you are able to bring a lot of joy into your life. Okay, take care. Bye.